George touched two important things, and the things that he touched, starting with automation, if you are serious, you are committed, especially if you own a business, if you're here and you own a business or you plan to own a business, one of the most important things that you should pay attention to and try to understand, even before you can pay an expert, is to understand how you can leverage on automation to grow your business. You can use automated digital platforms to scale your marketing. You can use automated digital platforms to increase lead generation into your business and even increase sales. You can use automated platform in order to handle certain things in your, especially online. You can start with online first, especially if the business that you do depends a lot on the internet. Let us say that 80% of the operations depend a lot on the internet, especially marketing. Automation in marketing can literally change the way you do business. So just research about it, learn about it. To some extent, you may need to buy automation tools, automation platforms, or pay an expert to do it. But the first step is to know about it. The first step is to research about it. The first step is to understand what it is, right? If you are into consulting or you're a business coach, one thing you need to start understanding is how can you help your clients understand how they can leverage automation to increase their business or to scale their business to the next level. And then he spoke about accountability in finance. You know, show me somebody who doesn't know where money is coming from and where they are spending that money and why they are spending that money. I will show you somebody who would never achieve financial prosperity. If you don't start small, you will not grow it, right? So it is not, financial accountability is not about how much you make. No. Financial accountability is about how much dedication and how much willingness you invest in making sure that you understand where money is coming from, and even to an extent, why is the money coming from this place? Is there a particular kind of value that I am creating that is so relevant that is making that money to come from this place? And where am I spending this money? And why am I spending this money here? Even if you're paying your house rent, you understand that, yes, it is important because without shelter, I will not be secured. And without shelter, I will not have where I can sit and think and create and be able to make more money. So that if you are spending money on alcohol, you know that, oh, my money is going towards alcohol. And this is how much I spend towards alcohol. And this is one of the spending liabilities that is negatively influencing my financial stability and sustainability, right? So one thing as we prepare to enter next year is, one thing that you need to be good at is financial stewardship. And financial stewardship includes financial accountability and how you're organized as a person. Those are very important lessons that you learned. And these are lessons that they will still drive you for the rest of your life, because these things will remain the critical foundation of success. All right, let's get the second lesson from Mervis, and then we go to our whole session for today.
Okay, thank you, sir. This year, I think this year was actually one of the most difficult years that I can remember in my adult life. So many things didn't go the way I planned. It was very difficult. But one thing that stood out for me is I never realized how resistant and resilient I actually was until I came face to things that I never believed I could overcome. Information that I have learned in prior years and also in recent years from you, from reading books and all, I just realized that I make a decision, a very tough decision. And then it's after I make the decision, I realize the information I actually used for this decision is what I have gathered all through the years. It's not something that I just woke up and okay. So to me, it's like I do accumulate a lot of information and I don't realize how much I'm actually accumulating inside. So when I'm faced with a situation, I find it very easy to execute it. Like I make decisions very easily because I feel like I already have a bank of knowledge where I
Absolutely.
can easily fetch my answers from.
Mhm.
So these are things that sometimes, even with family, I make a decision like, but I don't understand. How did you come about the decision? I said, but this is some for me. It's very easy, but for somebody in my same situation, it's going to be very difficult for them.
Absolutely.
So, in fact, this year was really, really tough. So I don't think that if I didn't have that bank of knowledge to support me from
Mhm.
inside out, I would have been able to overcome all that I overcame. Like if I was just blank, maybe depending on people around, I don't think that I would have been able to. Maybe by now I've been in a depression or something, but surprisingly, I'm not. I'm actually very happy and I feel like a whole new person because in my mind currently, it's like I don't have impossibilities because what I thought I could not overcome, I overcame it so easily.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's just what I wanted to share for this year. So next year,
Uh,
I look forward to more exciting things.
awesome. Awesome. Very, 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 very insightful stuff that she has shared. She has shared very, very relevant key things that play a very big role in how far we can move in life and how far we can achieve in life. You see, I always teach, I've taught you guys in the mentorship community here that one of the most important things that you can do in your most difficult season, in your lowest moments, is to feed yourself mentally and spiritually. And to an extent, no matter what stage you are in your life, learn to feed yourself. I always say that one part of your body that only appreciates in value, appreciates in quality, the more you use it, is your brain. Every other part may likely depreciate. I always tell ladies, young ladies mostly, who put their value on how much beautiful they are. I said, forget all that nonsense. At the age of 40, 50, that thing start depreciating. We all are going to depreciate. But the only thing that will keep appreciating in quality is your brain, right? And if you see anybody who is performing and achieving a lot at a certain level, they did not just get there overnight. No, it is the acquisition of superior knowledge, superior information that has brought them to that level. You see, there are certain things that I made a post one time and I said, there are some people who are depressed not because they are supposed to be depressed really, but because they are beating around the bush around an important information that they're supposed to make immediately. Do you know that there's a way you delay to make a decision that it can put you in the place of depression. But people who know how to make decisions and move forward, there is a level of advancement and progress that they get, even if they are making mistakes. The good news is they are making mistakes and they're learning what no longer works, and they're learning what works and how they can redo it and achieve more results. So there is no waste when it comes to feeding your brain and feeding your spirit man. There is no waste, because someday you will see the benefits of acquiring that level of knowledge and wisdom and insight and information as a person. You see, and there is a direct relationship that exists between what you know and how much you can resist and keep going in life. You know, there are some challenges that some people go through, and somebody will look at you and say, wait, you went through this and you're smiling. No, it's not the smile. What is powering their smile is what they know, the state of their mindset, and the quality of their spirit man. You think that if I lose, I have lost millions in a business deal, and I feel as if I've lost nothing. Not because I have not really lost something, but there are things I know about wealth creation and making money and understanding the economy and seeing things as far as the future is concerned that gives me hope and faith and excitement about what I will make tomorrow than being depressed on what I have lost already. One of the reasons people quickly get into depression and worry, and many a times suicide, is because the quality of their brain and information and knowledge, if I may say so, does not permit them, number one, to see that there is a way out of that situation that they're going through. The information and knowledge they have does not permit them to see that, hey, these are the various possibilities available to me in my tomorrow as long as I keep going. You see, so, and that is why the quality of your life and the quality of your achievement will always be related, have a direct relationship to the quality of what you know. The day you are not comfortable to pay the price of knowing, you are losing already. I pity anybody who easily procrastinates when it comes to reading, listening, studying, or being part of a community like this that positions them to be in a place where they can increase the state of their value in terms of information and knowledge. Anytime you easily procrastinate knowledge acquisition, wisdom acquisition, counsel, information understanding, that is very detrimental to your present and to your future. So you need to pay the price for it. You see, being part of the mentorship community is solely because of that. And solely because of you being in that environment where you understand that no matter what is happening, we just have to move forward. You just have to move forward. You just have to become better and better and better, because challenges will be there, difficulties will be there. But there is a state and there is a level, there's an understanding that you have, and there is a way you begin to operate that certain things begin to have a ripple effect in your life, career, and business. Right? Good. Thank you so much for sharing. And those were really inspiring. Right. Let us get into answering your question. So I sent a message in our WhatsApp community and I asked people to ask me one question. What is the one question that if I answer and I respond is going to enable you to have a better 2024, a better new year, right? And I received incredible questions. Altogether, 35 people sent in questions, and I was like, my goodness. All right, so some questions are related. Some people have almost the same challenge, which is normal. So I will avoid calling names, but I'm sure you remember your questions, right? If I just read your question, you know that you're the one who asked it, right? Is that okay? All right. So, well, let me just call first names if necessary. All right. So somebody asked the first question on the list is, what better ways could I ensure sustainable profitability in business and to ensure consistent sales? There are a couple of things that can lead to business sustainability and increase in sales. And many a times, it depends on the industry where you operate in. It depends on where you are right now as a business. But I want to assume, since I know you have been doing this business for a couple of years now, and the foundation of maintaining or achieving sustainability and increasing sales will always go back to you making sure that you have the right value. That is, the products that you're selling, they are valuable products to the right target market that you're serving. So no matter what is happening, you must have this pillar right. The pillar of having quality value. If you're selling this mobile phone, let the mobile phone have the quality value. You cannot talk about achieving business sustainability and sales when the quality of the value is not there. When that is done, number two, the packaging of the value. People have quality value, but cannot maintain that value in the market because the packaging of the value is not well done. And when packaging is not well done, or when packaging is confusing, when you do marketing of the value, people don't understand what you're trying to sell. When the packaging is done, you need to keep on perfecting your distribution. No matter how great your value is, if you don't have concrete way to distribute that value from where it is produced or created to where it can be consumed, your business will struggle with sustainability. So this is the value that I have. So how can I move this value from here to here where customers can buy? Right? So these three pillars, quality of value, taking that value, and distributing that value is very important. Now, the fourth one comes, which is communicating that value, which is where marketing and sales comes in. And you spoke about how do you increase your sales? It comes back to marketing. So what current marketing strategy is working right now? How can you amplify it? How can you scale what is already working? Now, how can you add another marketing strategy, another marketing channel that can lead to more sales? Right? Now, another important part is you, the entrepreneur. Many a times it's difficult to scale the business when you have not scaled yourself. You scale your mindset, you scale your conviction towards the business. I don't know what your business made this year as annual sales, but let us assume that you made 5 million in annual sales. But do you have the conviction that that business can become a 25 million annual revenue business? Do you have that conviction? Do you have that conviction? Because if the energy around you and the thoughts around you as far as that business is concerned is not that of possibilities and scaling and growth, it's definitely going to affect how deep you think about that business and the quality of strategies you build around that business. The next thing you need to scale is your expertise and your skills. You can desire to scale your business and marketing, but you don't have the skills that can introduce new marketing ideas to scale the marketing of that business, consequently the sales and the profitability. And the next thing is scaling the team. You may now need to scale a team. Hire a good qualified marketing director. Hire a good salesperson. You may need to scale your location. Maybe you have been just in one town. How can you move to another town? So you see, these are things that you can do to scale, but I'm not saying that you should do all of them because it's a startup. But you need to begin to find out of these things that I have shared with you, what are those things that you can do that you think that there are loopholes and there are gaps that you can implement consistently and see the sales change and see that sustainability. But let me tell you, if you do all of these things and many more that you keep on learning as you begin to, we're always talking about business in this community, that business will always grow. But if you get these pillars efficient and effective, you always have a good business as an entrepreneur. All right, back to the form. How can I build a system that, well, these are not very personal questions. So the first question was from Mispa, the second question is from Gil, informing Gil. How can I build a system that will help me generate more customers to my laptop business? All right, very good question. Number one, who are you targeting with your laptop business? Who are your primary target market? You know, you can have a laptop business that primarily you desire to sell more to students. Primarily, you desire to sell more to entrepreneurs. Primarily, you desire to sell more to professionals. Or you desire to sell more to students, professionals, and entrepreneurs. Don't have a laptop business where you're selling to anybody who needs a computer. That's already the first step to failing in your business. You need to have a primary market for your laptop business. And let any other person who comes to buy outside this primary market just be a ripple effect of how good you are in business. Why? Because when you are sure of your primary market, it directly affects your marketing. So there is a way you craft a marketing message, a flyer, and you're crafting to university students. There is a way that you will convince them to buy. There's a way you will inform them to buy. There is a way that you will create a discount offer that fits their season and play on their psychology. For example, if you are not ambitious and targeting only university students, you will not think that in October or throughout the month of September and October, you can do a special discount offer for students. You can now say 20% discount for all laptops to first-year university students. Any mother, any father, And any high school student who just left high school, that when they see that, it will stick in their brain. Where psychology now comes in. But if you are not sure of the primary market, you will not think to create that. If your primary market is entrepreneurs, you cannot create a marketing flyer or content, and you cannot say maybe the heading could be 2 best laptop brands for entrepreneurs. And if an entrepreneur sees, they'll be like, oh, it's the best laptop brand for an entrepreneur. We know that all are good for entrepreneurs. But now that you are using now the game of words and psychology to influence people to you to buy laptops from you. I am saying this because I've seen many people sell this kind of stuff, but they just sell that, oh, whoever needs a laptop should come. And I always see a lot of shortcomings in the way they market it. And I know the way you're marketing, you have not really thought out on who your market is and how you can reach them using different channels that are available to you. So you need to get that sorted out. Then you now need to increase how you access these people, increase awareness towards these people, increase marketing towards these people, and build relationships. It's a business that works a lot on relationship, especially in Africa, even in the United States, in Canada, and Europe, because laptops are not things that you buy like an impulse product. No, there are things that for many people they will need to save to buy. But if somebody's buying a laptop from you, they need to have a reason to buy from you, because it's a lot of money to buy that kind of laptop. You get the concept? So you need to also build relationships. No, the next thing is be good at content marketing. It's a kind of product that you will not succeed if you are not good at content marketing. What is content marketing? You can get your phone and the laptop and describe that laptop to your target market I was talking about. You can pick your phone and somebody records and say, oh, you see, let me get one of my laptops. Say, oh, let us go through this HP laptop. This laptop is good for entrepreneurs. It's good for entrepreneurs because this and this and this and this and this. The laptop is on, you're doing that, send marketing to a particular group of people. And then you share on your social media platforms. You can use the same laptop and you say, oh, best laptop for university students. And you begin to do the presentation and you pick points on this laptop that relates to the students and you share. Now, what is this going to do to you? This is going to build a relationship. Number one, this is going to put you as an authority in the field in their mind. Number three, this is going to build your credibility for people to consume. Let me tell you something, laptop is a good business. It can become a very profitable business for you, but you need to do it with this kind of mindset I am telling you, and you will always be in business. So go and change something in your strategies. I'm hoping that these points help you. Did it? I hope so. Next question. In 2022, you recommended I completed my PhD, but unfortunately, I have not focused on the PhD for so many reasons, but the main reason being, what's this? Okay. Why is this? Hold on a moment. Why is Google not trying to give me all I want? All right, I'm downloading the form. I was using the form online. All right, so are you learning something so far? Let me know in the chat box. Are you picking up key points? The good thing is You will learn things from questions you did not ask, so that's good. That's good, right? Okay. All right. Okay, the main reason being that my focus of study has changed now. Unfortunately, the program I would like to do, I can't do it in Cameroon because it is not available. What I would like to know is, what do you recommend I do now? Should I refocus on getting my PhD in Cameroon, working on something that does not really ties to my passion now, or should I put the PhD on hold and find ways to study what I want elsewhere in the future? Okay, well, these are all possible solutions available to you. You can decide and wait till the future to find a way to study another country. The question is that future within your control? That's the first question. If you want to, let me start from there. If you want to put the PhD on hold and find ways to study what you want elsewhere in future, the question is, when is that future, and is that future within your control? Is it within your control? If the future is not within your control and the future is just an open-ended idea or concept, that future can still happen 50 years from now. It's still the future. But if it is a future that's within your control and you know that, okay, based on your financial status and your career plan, you can save money, and in 2 years, you can travel to another country and do your PhD, fine, then you can wait and go do that. But if it's a future that you don't really know how it's going to work out and there's no concrete plan to do it, the next question that I have for you is, the person who asked this question, this is a question that will need follow-up. Based on what you want to study and based on your passion, because the truth is, based on passion and based on PhD programs, there is no one PhD program that can give you all the skills you need to manifest your purpose and passion. There is none. A PhD program can just guide you to be good at something, but you need to be somebody who studies extra for you to gain the knowledge, the information, and the skills that you need to really shine in your career as a person. So sometimes you may not be able to do a PhD in a particular field that you want to do. Another concept is always, what is another skill that I will need in my purpose and passion that there is a PhD program in that area? For example, let's say your goal is to build a great company tomorrow, and you want to do a PhD in, let's say, innovation management, but your school or in their country, they don't offer innovation management as a PhD program. Okay, what other, because innovation management alone cannot help you build a company. You will need strategic management, you need human resource management, you need marketing management, you need a lot of other things to be good at building a business. So is there any other program that you can really learn, do a PhD program, and still increase your business knowledge while still studying other areas during your personal study plan? You see, and many times in PhD programs, sometimes the difference is just the name. But if you're looking at the core courses, you will see similarities. And secondly, the main thing about PhD is not really what you read. It's really about research. It's really about research. So if anybody truly goes through a PhD program, you can go through a PhD program in any other field and use the skills and learn what you want to learn in the main field that you would like to learn. You see, I think the person asked the question is not here, but that is what I would recommend. Hope she's going to watch it later, but that is what I would recommend for her to do, right? All the two suggestions work or responses work. She just need to pick one that fits her and get to work. Okay. Next question is, how can a young man sustain? Okay, it's better to read. How can a young man sustain a good pace at work, a good pace of work? That is, when you achieve a certain result, how do you ensure to repeat and even exceed results every year? Okay, Lo is asking that question. Very good question. Now, let me say it this way. Its pace for every young man is for that young man to become better and better every year. That's what I would say a good pace. For anyone here, a good pace is that you should move from one level to another every year. Does that mean that you will not have shortcomings every year? No, you're going to have shortcomings. Does that mean that you will not have challenges? No, you will have challenges. But the difference is, as a young person, your goal is to move at a pace where you're becoming better and better every year, especially when it comes to your mental intelligence, level of knowledge acquisition, skill set, and exposure. Because how your financial life becomes better is the product of these things. How your career becomes better, your business becomes better is a product of these things. So even if you face challenges this year and you used all of your life savings to solve certain problems, but you have grown to a certain level when it comes to your attitude, your character, your skill set, your knowledge, and all of these things, that is you moving at a certain pace. Do you know why? Because there's a level of growth that you consistently attain that sometimes the money you used to take a year to make, you can now make that money in a few months or in a few weeks. Do you know why? Because you have grown in a certain pace that the quality of your life, directly or indirectly, causes a ripple effect of result around you in your favor. So, but when things are okay, you need to make sure that you're growing in a certain pace. Financially, you're growing better. If last year you were able to make an annual income of 10 million francs, this year you should add a pace into it as a goal. It could be that, okay, you know what, I'm going to make 15 million francs this year. You see, but the goal is, how do you always stretch your results intentionally with conviction beyond what you did last year? And this is where sitting down to do a detailed analysis of what works in your life is very important. Because you can always re-implement what worked so you can produce better results. Or you can look at what is already working and improve so you can get more results consistently. Same as what did not work. Where did you get it wrong? What are the gaps? How can you improve it? But all of these are just playing around the corner. But the main thing is, Are you intentionally setting goals and expectations for yourself that shows that there is a difference between who you were last year and who you are this year and who you will be next year? There should be that consistent pace of growth. You should engineer that growth intentionally. You should do that. There should be that pace of results. There should be that expectations or that positive pressure on you to exceed your result every year. It should be intentional. That's why there's power in setting New Year goals. And not just setting New Year goals, but looking at what were the goals for this year. How far did I come? You see, then you set goals for next year. And now this is more important because in the present situation, you may likely have access to more resources, more knowledge, more support, more information than when you had the other year, which positions you to exceed your results next year. Because something is actually wrong. Something should be actually wrong with anybody who doesn't achieve more when they have access to more. That should just be normal, normal calculation. Oh, because I have access to more knowledge, I have acquired more skills, my mindset is better. I am not struggling too much financially like I was doing 2 years ago. Or I have access to a better support community. I have access to mentor. I have access to this. So based on these things, I should exceed results next year. Because if you're having the same results that you had 2-3 years ago, meanwhile, financially, you have more than you had 3 years ago. Knowledge-wise, skills-wise, exposure-wise, and many other things, you are more than you were 2-3 years ago, but your results are the same. You're sleeping. You're missing out on a lot. And there is that lack of intentionality to do more and produce more. So when you do these things and you consider them, you will always exceed your result every year. And talking about results, the results that you do not track, you will not even know how to exceed the results every year. There was an article I shared in the mentorship community where I was talking about every year I like to do a calculation of my net worth. What is my net worth for this year? So I like to compare my net worth for this year to my net worth for last year. I was ending 2022 with a net worth of this. Now, 2023, I am ending it with a net worth of this. What's the difference? Did I grow more wealthier or did I grow poorer? Or did I stay the same? That also helps me now because in my net worth, I'll understand, oh, I have more cash in the bank. I have more assets here. I have more this, I have more this, I have more this. So based on this that I have, therefore, for 2024, I should do this year because of what I have in my net worth. I should go here and do this that I've been planning to do because this is now available. You see, like naturally, I will exceed the result for this year. You see, and that also helps you now to also build your capacity to be able to exceed the results. Because there is no way you can exceed result with the same capacity. The quality of your mindset have to change. The capacity of your skill set have to change. Because results are just a product of different elements in your life. When you do that, you will definitely get better results. But the goal is intentionally be on a mission to exceed your results every single year. Even if you, no matter how bad your year was, how bad you feel your year was, still set those goals and expectations for yourself that exceed and make up your mind to do it. Next question, how can I successfully overcome procrastination and become more intentional? I have taught procrastination and self-discipline in this mentorship community more than anything else. Is that true? If there's anybody in this community who is still a chronic procrastinator, if there's anybody in this community who is still struggling with self-discipline, maybe I need to come where you are and lay hands. The problem is not spiritual. Right? I have taught procrastination and self-discipline a lot in this community because I know that is the foundation of it all. And procrastination is so terrible. I wish there was a better word to explain procrastination, but it's one of the most terrible things that you can permit in your life. It's one of the biggest destructive, subtle, silent forces, more destructive than a demon. You will try to solve your problems everywhere else, and you will not get it solved because of procrastination. There are a lot of teachings I have done on my YouTube channel on procrastination and self-discipline because they go together. There is even a playlist I have on my YouTube channel on productivity hacks, where I share different strategies on how to do things every single day so that you can beat procrastination. But what I would tell you to do, what I would say is, if you don't start seeing procrastination as an enemy, you are pampering what will destroy you tomorrow. And not only what will destroy you, but what is already destroying you. Because the sad thing about procrastination is that it steals your time. Every minute that you procrastinate, every day that you procrastinate, you are getting older. That's the terrible thing about procrastination. And secondly, procrastination also procrastinates your breakthrough. Procrastination procrastinates your manifestation. Like I always fondly say, like a joke, there are many people that their manifestation and breakthrough should have happened in 2024, but now it has been shifted to 2028 because the last 4 years of their life, they have been procrastinating. The last 5 years of their life, they have been procrastinating. So their success have been shifted ahead. God is not a magician, and success is not packaged and dropped on you like a mango. There is a process to success. There are laws, there are principles that until you fulfill, forget about success. It's not going to manifest. Pray to God and fast years and years. You only grow cranky and hungry after fasting. And that Father bless me, Father bless me, like, but I'm willing to bless you, but I've asked you to be productive. I've asked you to bring the works of your hands. There are no works because procrastination will never permit you to bring the works of your hands. And there is no super magic about procrastination. Procrastination, the solution to procrastination is self-discipline. And around self-discipline, I have on the blueprint of self-discipline, I have taught 7 productivity hacks of self-discipline in this community alone. So some people, if you are here and you are still struggling with procrastination, go to my YouTube channel and search for those videos and go through again. And you need to overcome it. The solution to procrastination is self-discipline. And what is self-discipline? Doing what you're supposed to do, whether you feel like it or not. The issue with procrastination is you know that now is the time to read the book, but you don't discipline yourself to forget about the short-term enjoyment or how you feel and go get the book and start reading. You now allow your body. You would never overcome procrastination if you allow your emotions in charge. If you allow how you feel in your body in charge, you will never overcome procrastination. And it is a decision. When it is time to do something, do it. Get it done. Get it done. So you need to start doing that. And things that play a big role when it comes to putting people in a place where they heavily procrastinate, they have nothing that inspires them. There is nothing that inspires them as far as their life is concerned. And this is because of the lack of clear purpose. When you are truly inspired and convicted by a purpose, you are truly inspired and convicted by the you want to create. You are truly inspired and convicted by the things that you want to do for your family or for your community or for yourself or for God. It inspires you to easily overcome certain things. And number 2, when you are somebody who is comfortable, you will likely procrastinate. If you're comfortable with your current financial status, you're comfortable with your current career status, you're comfortable with your current business, you're comfortable with the state of your family, you're comfortable with the state of your nation, you will likely procrastinate. But if you are uncomfortable with these things and desire to see change manifest, nothing alone will put you in a place where you are consistently taking actions to do the things that you need to do that will enhance your growth as a person. Anybody who procrastinates, I will end with this. You are pampering what will destroy you tomorrow. And not only destruction that you may likely not be able to recover. Because the sad thing about procrastination is it steals your time. You will procrastinate until you are old. And time, when lost, you cannot gain it back. That's the sad thing with procrastination. It's gone. Every minute counts. Every minute counts. Let me tell you guys something. Anybody who has clocked more than 20 years and above, you have 30 years maximum to make sense with your life. If you are listening to me right now and you're above 20 years, you have maximum 30 years. For those who are 30 already, You have maximum 20 years to make sense out of your life. From 50, you are done. You are facing out. You don't have the same energy, don't have the same resilience, and many things are no longer in your favor. It is the age where it is systems and legacy structures that need to play in your favor, no longer you and your human energy. So you are young and you allow procrastination to make you sit lazy, sleep long hours, watch TV and cross your leg. What else do you procrastinate and do? Tell me in the chat box. Don't pretend. Some of you procrastinate. Don't pretend. Don't sit quiet. Hey, what do you do when you procrastinate? Browse on Facebook, watch videos, watch fun videos. What else do you do? Yes, watch series movies. Yes. Right now, I'm asking you, at the age of 50, what will you do now? What will you do? You will be broke, struggling financially, and not even able to do anything that makes sense. Remember, 30 years. That's all we have. That's all we have. Everybody else, take 30 years and add to your current years and tell me how old you are, and look at the figure. Then tell me if you allow procrastination now, take away a minute of your life. Let's go. Take 30 years and add to your current age now. When you read that age, tell me how you feel in the chat box. Leave me a comment. Tell me how you feel. And then tell me if you will allow procrastination. I pray that this thing I have said, let it trigger something in your system. Let it make you uncomfortable. Let it put fire under you. So that anytime you say you do something, you will be free in your spirit. There's even a mentee right now who is not following this session right now because she is watching or he is watching a movie or doing something that doesn't make sense. You see? Do you now see that you don't have time? Do you see? Now tell me, at the age that you have discovered, what more can you do at that age? Energy, finish. Power, finish. You see? So now is the time. Now is the time to set your goals on relevant, productive, value improving things and put procrastination in the pit of hell where it belongs and manifest your life to the highest level. So that after that 30 years, you will play a different game. So I asked you a question. From today, will you ever procrastinate again? From today, will you ever procrastinate again? The person who asked this question is not even in the call. Maybe she's having a challenge. All right. Now that is a decision that you have made. All right, next question from the next mentee is, there is something I have really been struggling with. Most often I work extremely hard, but I don't see the results compared to the hard work I put in place. As a result, I constantly doubt. I constantly doubt. Let me see. I'm not seeing the other words. As a result, I constantly doubt myself and I keep asking this question, what am I not doing right? Okay. Now, this is normal to happen. This can happen to anybody where you're really working hard when you're not seeing the results. But Hard work on its own is not enough to see results. It is one of the elements, but there are many other things in play that you need to know and do to see results. Number one, we can talk about hard work and smart work. And smart work doesn't replace hard work. Smart work is just the ability to leverage tools and systems to achieve more faster. You see? So you could be working hard and you're spending a lot of time working hard on something that there is a tool or there's a system somewhere that what you spend 5 hours to do, you can do for 1 hour using a tool. So you're working hard, doing something, and you're missing out on other important things that you also need to do to see better results. And number two, you can be working hard and working hard on the wrong activity, not on the main activity that can produce the result that you need to see. So you need to do a reanalysis. What is the main result that I need to achieve? What is the main activity, or what are the main activities that I need to focus on that will produce the best result? Another thing could be maybe you are working hard, but you are not effective and you are not efficient. And maybe because you lack you don't have the skills and the knowledge that can help you to be effective and productive. You may need to go and get more skills, or you may need to pay an extra hand that has the right skills and knowledge so you can produce more. You see? Number two, you may be working hard in the wrong location. You can be working hard in the wrong location. So you can be working hard in a village, and if you come and put the same hard work in a city or in a particular city, you produce better results than where you are working. So you need to check the location, right? And as a believer, as pastor, as a minister of God, we've also seen that there are powers, evil powers, that hold people down. You will walk like an elephant and it's like an ant. It could be because of a curse, because of a demon, because of a family altar, because of different evil stuff that are at play that you may not be aware of. You see, we have heard stories or seen manifestations where they'll be delivering somebody from a demon, and the demon will say that the grandfather entered an agreement with us so that he, the grandfather, can take powers, but no member of his family will ever make money more than this level. So there is a ceiling put in place that no matter how hard you work, you will never be blessed beyond this level. That is also in place. So working hard and not seeing results require a lot to really diagnose the situation. But based on these things that I've shared, just begin to do an analysis. But I may need to have a one-on-one session with you to ask more further questions to now understand what I can recommend based on where you are and what you're doing. And we now see, okay, I think to start changing this, or you should work on this, and let us see this. For example, you can be working hard. Let's say you're a teacher in a government school or in a private school, like you teach the best that you want to teach, like you go to school at 6 a.m. and close at 6 p.m. If the salary of the school is this, that's put the amount, there's nothing you can do about it. They will not go and triple your salary and leave other staff. They will not do that. So you may be going to school and doing your best. Yes, that is working hard as a teacher in that direction, but it will never change you financially. You may never see the kind of results you're looking for. So you are working hard in a system that does not have the capacity to permit you to experience better results as a professional. So this is a case that you need to do a good study of your life. Use some of these points I have explained and begin to say, okay, I need to change this. I need to adjust this. I need to try this. I need to introduce this. I need to stop doing this. And I need to start doing this. And you will definitely see changes. All right. Back to our form. The next question is, I know exactly what I should be doing. That is focused on my business fully, so have my full attention to serving God. But fear about the unknown might happen to that family and the future. Can you help me? Can you help me do this? How can you do this? I have decided to resign before March 31st, on before March 31st, and I need this. I need help to do this. How can I kill fear and face my new life? Good. Well, that fear is relevant. Okay. It's not easy resigning from, especially somebody who have worked for so long in a job. It's not easy resigning from a job to be an entrepreneur. But I feel that your case is way more different. Before you came to be a mentee with me, you already were running the business. So the good news is, in your case, you are not resigning to start a business from scratch. You're resigning to scale the business. That's the good news. The second good news is you have data. You know this business. You have seen the results of this business. You have seen what this business is able to produce as results without you being there full time. That's the second good news that you have. You see, so even me personally, my recommendation is you are not supposed to be as a salary worker. You should be full time in your business. So, number one, that fear is just an emotion, which is right to be there. But based on statistics and based on what I know, I feel that, and I believe that you have an upper hand in succeeding in that business away from your job than staying in your job and trying to manage the business. Because now, for example, your business takes, let's say, just 20% of your focus, concentration, and attention. Now, imagine you are in this business and you have 100% attention to this business and you market this business every day. Imagine you leave this business, you leave your job, you go to this business the first week, you pick up your phone and you call every customer you have ever served in your business just to reintroduce the business, or even tell them, oh, we have this beautiful new discount that we're launching. You can launch a new discount when you go back to the business for 1 month, just to create that attention and friction towards the business. See, number two, many people get to leave worried about business because they're like, oh, how will I pay house rent? How will I do this? How will I do that? You don't have your own house. You're not paying house rent. So you're not bothered a lot about, house rent and this and all of that. Your focus now could be, how do I feed the family? You see, but the business has been in operation and you have observed some data. So one good news is, with your addition to the business full-time as the founder, and you're going to be a hard worker, let's say you're going to work from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. You cannot put that number of hours in the business and doing the right thing and not succeed in business and make hundreds of thousands and millions way beyond that their job can ever give you in years. And it's a good business. You get the concept. So you have a lot of plots on your side to become successful than a lot of challenges. The point is, you are attached to the security of guarantee that every month the salary comes in. But you are losing sight of the fact that no matter how hard you work in your job, they would never double your salary in a month. But in business, you can work so hard in a month and you make 2 million francs or 3 million francs. Now, let me ask you a question. Is your salary right now 300,000 francs or more? Your salary where you work, is it 300,000 francs or more? I'm waiting for an answer. Let me know. Is it 300,000 francs or more? Okay. Around that. Good. Second question. In your business, has there ever been a month that your business made double of your salary? Even when you are not there full time? Has there ever been a month since the existence of your business that your business made double of your salary? Have you ever experienced that? Good. Another good news. The next question. At the moment, as a family man, all of that, at the moment, and the way your business operates now without you being there, the way your business operates every month, considering as at last month, even this month, and the other month, can your business take care of your basic livelihood? Like guarantee you and your family have food to eat and pay basic bills. Forget about debt, just livelihood. Is your business able to take care of that? The money your business is able to make every month up to this very moment. So you see, everything is in your favor. It's just fear that's controlling you. But one thing I know is that you have a business that has the capacity to make $1 million plus a month in income. Now, one last question to you. Is there a service right now in your business or a service you know that you can add to your business that can guarantee daily income? Even if it's 1,000 francs comes in, is there a service that you have like that that can guarantee daily income? Before major services that people can come pay 50K, 25K, 30K, even 100K before those services, do you have a service that can guarantee daily income, quick buys, quick sales, and all of that? Do you have that? Or are you thinking of adding that? Okay, not yet. Right. So it could be another thought, but in general, it shows that in a month, your business has the capacity to sustain your livelihood and make greater profit. That's the now, because let me tell you something. A business potentials depends a lot on how much a founder is also involved. Because no matter what happens there, no matter how passionate your team is, there's always that small thought that it's not my business. It's in my father's farm. There's always that thought. It's always there. But even if the thought is not there, there is an extra mile that the founder will go that an employee will never go. And these are things that can make you $1 million, 2 million, 3 million every month because of that extra mile you're willing to go, because of that extra marketing you're willing to do. You see? So There are a lot of possibilities tied in your business that only you can unlock. There are a lot of millions tied into your business that only you can unlock. Even those of you listening to me who are in your business right now, there are a lot of possibilities tied into your business that until you're willing to go that extra mile, where you're working in the business, on the business, and for the business. Every action you're doing every minute is directly or indirectly impacting the business. There's always that day, that boom, money comes in because of those daily actions. For example, let's say like in the speaking business that I do, sometimes I can stay a couple of weeks and I'm not speaking anywhere, and I'm not being paid. But every day I'm working, I'm perfecting strategies, I'm perfecting knowledge, I'm perfecting frameworks and systems and all of that. The day somebody comes and pay me that, oh, the speaking gig, 2 million francs, 3 million francs, and that's the deal. You see, sometimes like part of your business is in media. You can spend a week and you're not making any kind of major stuff, but you're attending meetings, you're going to offices, you're making friends, you're exchanging cards. You're going to a place as a CEO. Before you know it, you'll get a contact with a top director who has an event on Sunday in the house, and they will pay you 1 million francs because you are now operating from a place. And it's also one thing with founders. As a founder, you have a high chance of networking with kings that can pay you kingly payment. But now that you're not full-time in your business, your employees are just there, and mostly they are there waiting for people to come. But in this your business now, if you are full-time, you can start going and paying directors visits in their offices. You hear of a business networking event, you wear a good suit and you go there. Because you're trying to increase the quality of people that can pay for your services. So there is only a plus for you to make more money in your business after you resign. So don't let fear control you. Let faith, strategy, and actions control you. Okay? Good. Let me sort out one last question and we're good to go. So many questions came in. Okay. How can I raise, my goodness, I love this question. Very bold question. How can I raise 2 million francs in 4 months so that I can travel to Nigeria and buy chemicals to produce my quality products? Sister wants to raise 2 million francs in 4 months. What strategy can we put into place to raise 2 million francs in 4 months? All right. Now, there are a couple of ways to do that. Number one, it's possible. Number one, you can sell your current value. You can go mad in marketing. You can go crazy in marketing. You can go crazy in marketing and sell the current value you're creating and raise it. It's possible. The point is, are you a mad marketer? Are you a crazy marketer? You have the quality of value that you can market so massively and raise that money. I don't know if I've shared this one time here in the community. You know, when I was doing my traditional wedding, I needed money. And I'm very principled when it comes to money. Before the wedding, I had a separate account where I would just make money and go and keep it as, okay, this money, the day I decide to get married, I will spend money from there. Right? I'm one of those that I do not want to get contributions from anybody, even family, for my wedding. Wanted to sponsor everything alone. Not even my friends. I did not tell them about anything. No, that was my decision, and I had reasons for that. So, money was getting short. I launched a training program purposely to raise additional, and I had money in other accounts, but I did not want to get money for that because I made them. Can never borrow money for a wedding, and never take your important savings that you can use for investment to change your family's financial status for wedding. Never do that nonsense. Better do a married where 2 or 3 are gathered and be okay with it. You hear me? So I made up my mind, I am not going to that particular savings account to take money for this wedding. Either I'm not doing it, but I say, you know what? Save something and raise the money you need. That's what I did. So I launched a training program. The first people that I paid, I was able to get the money I raised, right? So you set the value you have and get the money that you need, right? That's another way. Number 2 is you can borrow. If you have a good relationship with your financial institution, you can go raise, because it's business loan. And if you truly believe in your business, you can write a business plan, take to your bank, and ask for a loan they can give you. If you're in good standing with the bank and you have a good business and you've been saving and all of that, it's another way you can raise the money and do that. Number 3, family and friends. If you have family and friends that can bank on you, risk on you, and you guys have a good payment plan, fine, you can also raise the money on that. Number 3, you can do subscription. What do I mean? You said that you're getting the money to go to Nigeria to buy chemicals to produce quality products. Good. So are these products highly sought after? Is it something that is so valuable that people can see a need to subscribe to, so that when you produce, you now give them? For example, you can tell them, you can do an announcement. 2 months from now, on the 27th of February, I will have 10 packets of this and this and this. If you need it, you need to pre-order the packet. Pre-order your packet, your quantity, and I will deliver to you on the 27th or before of January. And you can create pre-orders that is exactly up to 2 million or 4 million that you need. When people pre-order, you now use their money and go to Nigeria, get the products, produce, and go give them and keep the profit. So any of these ideas, which one works for you? Another money question. How can I scale my career and recruitment consulting business such that it makes an annual net profit of 12 million francs? Very possible. Very possible. Very possible. You see, there was a time that I used to write CVs for people. I think I stopped that thing in 2018 or so. I used to write CVs for people, and something happened. I'm taking CVs because it's one of the lowest services you can provide on the recruitment firm, right? So this gentleman runs a career recruitment consulting business, and he's doing so well. That's George, doing so well. So, but something happened. Somebody reached out to me. I think that person was he was working in the United Nations and wanted a promotion or so. So I used to charge CVs for job seekers mostly. Job seekers are broke people, they don't have money. So if you charge them plenty of money, they will not afford to pay. Sometimes we charge them 3,000, 4,000, highest was 5,000. This guy reached out to me and I charged him 50,000 francs for CV. And he paid 50K, just like that. I was like, yeah, you paid, right? So now imagine if in a year you have 100 people that can do their CVs for 50K, and you have 300 people that can do their CVs for minimum 2,500. I don't know if you do LinkedIn optimization and all of that. We used to charge sometimes LinkedIn optimization and writing about profile and all of that. Sometimes 30K, 50K. Maybe you get 50 people do that. You see, recruitment itself You need to build a good relationship where companies can trust you to recruit for them and do onboarding. Just give them ready candidates. No, you recruit, they pay you, the company comes to you, we need 2 accountants. They give you what they need, and you do the recruitment, you announce it, you select it, you do interviews, you can add them on the interview board, you select it, you talk to them. If they don't have an onboarding process, you can be the one, say, okay, you know what, I'm going to build you guys an onboarding process, and I'm going to give you as a gift. I'll do the onboarding, train them, or you give me some expert from your organization who can do the onboarding and all of that. And they begin to charge. You can charge companies for me to do recruitment. One staff is 100,000. The company can come to and say, George, we need 12 employees. And you can charge 100,000 francs to recruit 1 employee. That's something I've done in Cameroon. I'm not saying as if we've just I've done in Cameroon. You understand that? Charge that. This is where you make the biggest amount of money, where you can truly be a recruiter for other businesses. They pay you to recruit because many businesses, number one, they don't have the time to going through thousands of CVs. Number two, some don't even know how to recruit. They don't know how to pick the best talent. Number three, they don't have the time to go through the interviews and all of that and the onboarding and designing the systems and the structures. They don't have that time to do that. But what I'm trying to say is scale who you're serving. Because if you're serving on the job seekers, you will hardly make that kind of money because they don't have the capacity to pay what can make you more money. You see? So scale your value, scale your services, increase access to customers, to trades that you're serving. You see? Market more products that are very valuable, people can pay. For example, mock interview, train people how to speak in interviews, those kind of services. So the more valuable your services become, and the more you're targeting people that have the capacity to pay, you will easily make that money in a year. Even in 6 months, you can get to a level you can make that money in 6 months. And then, talking about corporate, you also need to build quality relationships. How many founders do you know? How many directors, companies do you know? How many of them know you? You see, so you need to do that. It can take time, but it's possible, and you can do more than that. Right? Again, events can be a good thing. You can start organizing events for job seekers, or even workers. You can organize events on how to ask for promotion from your boss. People don't know how to ask for promotion or salary increase. You can train people on how to do that. So there are a lot of ways that you can do, and you're able to improve much more on that. So I did spread out so many ideas to you. Pick the one that you think can work, and you're good to go. Okay, I've been talking for so long. Let me mark where I have stopped. I'm stopping with this last question from Bless Moses. How can I position myself for global opportunities in 2024? How can I position myself for global opportunities in 2024? Let me start by saying that one thing I can say about going global is that it doesn't happen in a year. I started going global in 2016. But if I remember correctly, my game plan of going international started in 2013. And I know many friends that we do work internationally together right now. To some of them, they just break through international the last year. To some, just 2 years ago. But they have been working and building a brand, positioning themselves and doing things that can put them in a place where they can really go international for a couple of years. Right? So, to my wife, I'll be on the call for 1 hour. So it's more than 1 hour. I've not called back and she's calling. The real boss is calling, guys, so I need to sign out. Thank God I wasn't the last question. Now, positioning yourself for global opportunities. I think I taught this one time. There are a couple of steps you can take. Number one is, these are things that, because the sad thing in this generation is people think that being on social media is global. You can be on social media for 10, 20 years and you will never see the airport. And I see people doing that a lot. Now, social media, the way they talk, the kind of posts they make, the kind of comments they make, the kind of things they do, but I see them desiring to, go international. It's not, but this doesn't relate where you want to go. It's because the things that they need to do behind the scenes that can qualify them to go international, they have not done it. Number one, if you want to go international, number one, an industry and build yourself as a professional in that industry. You don't just go global or go international because you want to go international. No, there's a reason that you go international. And because you can pay your transport, you can pay your flight, and go pay a hotel in the country, doesn't mean that you're going international. Professionally, going international means that you are a pro at what you do. You are a pro at why you do that. Institutions can invite you and you contribute to the body of knowledge or to industry advancement or to their advancement as an expert. And then you go back, another institution find you again, the same thing happens and you begin to spread. So you need to pick an industry. As an entrepreneur or whatever, pick an industry. And then train yourself. And this can take time. It can take a couple of years, but that is the path to truly going international. Then train yourself. There are people that are relevant in their communities. There are people that are relevant in their countries. The way they talk, when they talk, they make sense in their communities. They make sense in their nation. But you put them in an international platform, they cannot talk in a way that people from 30 countries can assimilate what they're saying and make sense of it. It takes training. It takes understanding. It takes wisdom. And you learn that in the process of going international. In the real sense, many people need mentorship on how to go international. And it takes time. Right? So pick an industry, then grow yourself in that industry and do that. Before now, you start talking about how can you leverage social media? Because you can go on social media and post nonsense for 30 years. And that nonsense will never help you in any way to go international. Will never make you a sought after professional or enable you to leverage social media to grow your business or your company in a way it can also go international or get international clients. Those are two different things, right? So you need to understand, how do I use social media platforms in a way that can position me as an expert in this particular industry, that can lead to me relating, partnering, collaborating, and working with other international professionals and institutions in different countries and continents. That needs to be in place. Now, these two are the foundations. There's a teaching that we did one time on how to become a sought-after expert, and I thought about the 4 different levels to go through, because it is important to understand the process and what it takes and what to do and how to move forward. When you do that, it's definitely going to help you. All right, guys, we have been here for almost 2 hours, and I hope that you got so much value. For those that have not answered their questions, relax. We will do this until I answer everybody's questions as much as possible. But I hope that, and I believe that answering other people's questions gave you a lot of value and help you get answers to questions you did not ask. Is that true? Did anybody get answers to questions they did not ask? Good. Happy to see that. Happy to hear that. So I would hopefully share in the WhatsApp group the next time that we're going to meet up, so that we can answer more questions as we prepare for next year. And of course, our retreat for 2024 is starting this coming week, and get ready for that as we explore more. As you guys know, I am very big on preparing. Somebody asked a question on how can they achieve better results year after year. One of the things is preparation. I prepare intentionally about my next year, right? And that's why I started doing retreats and preparation for the next coming year. And of course, this session was part of that. As I said in the WhatsApp group, what is the one question that if is burning in your heart that if I answer, it can help you have a better year? And that's why we're having this session. So also in your private time, please prepare for the year. Okay? Do a total analysis of your present year already. Celebrate your successes. Thank God for the successes. Thank God for the challenges. Look at where you messed up. Look at the things that you did wrong, poor decisions, the wrong places you went, the wrong actions you did that cost you a lot of pain, or made you to go through things that you should have not gone through if you did not allow your emotions to take the lead. In many of these things, do an analysis and come to a place where you're making new, firm decisions based on what you want to do next year. And of course, make sure you have clear goals for next year. And as I've taught you guys, your goal for every year should come out from somewhere. You know that you need to have purpose, your life purpose. From your life purpose, you carve out your life vision. And from your life vision, you can break down your life vision into pieces. It will be in 10 years, in 5 years, and in 2 years. Then you now pick out from there, and every year you know what you're focusing on, which is an outcome of that vision. And of course, that vision can become better. You can improve on it. There is no static vision. The more you gain knowledge, exposure, you get more resources, you meet more new people, your vision can improve and it can become much better and much, much different. So do that intentionally, and remember, all of these grammar and strategy and goals and all of that, God will be at the center of it all. If you want to understand my secret to success, understand my relationship with God. In all of this, put God first place. Take time to pray for your next year if you have not done so. We're going to have our time where we pray for our year as mentees, hopefully. But if not, we're going to have our general retreat with the other communities with 3 days fasting and prayers for next year, which is going to happen after the 5 days professional retreat starting next week. Okay. But in all of this, put God at the center of it, because there are certain dimensions of result manifestation that you need the power of God, you need the anointing of God, you need the wisdom of God for you to operate from that level. Okay? All right. So I hope that your life is going to move from one level to another after today's session.